right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Thursday, December 19th, 2024. 5 shopping days left, y'all. This is episode 776 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, as always, Dr. Gerald Auger, sitting in the a-hole chair. We got DJ Bisek behind the glass. The whole mod team is here, guys. Over the next hour, me, you, Senflis from Poland, Travar Petway, not only IT from the Yeet crew, Port Zero in the upstate, Phil Stafford, Marcus Kyler, also of the Yeet crew, FedEx down in Florida, and Matthew Netchie and Carrie in Big Texas. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders every single day? And if you're a solo operator, meaning you don't have coworkers that do cybersecurity, people who don't truly understand the struggle, well, that's what the Simply Cyber community is here for you. Think of us as a extended coworker workforce. And as always, if you're looking to break into the industry, you're going to get value from this stream and from the community. You're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? I promise you, this right here, this daily cyber threat brief, this hotness, this is where it's at. Believe that. Now, I want you to know, I don't research or prep for any of the stories that are coming up. I was talking to DJ Bisek behind the glass. I don't even know what stories are coming up. Literally, I saw the first one. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. It's got to do with Interpol. You guys know I got a soft spot like infographs and Interpol. So that's going to be good. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say shout out to the stream sponsors. And before we get into that, let me give a quick shout out to Chris Whitlock. Chris Whitlock, always in chat, a mod in the community, as well as delighting me with an early Christmas present. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present you with the official GRC Mafia, Study GRC / GRC Mafia, Simply Cyber Media Group coffee mug, coming in piping hot with all our policies, all our procedures, and all our risk assessments. Coffee cup cheers to you, Chris Whitlock, and thank you very much for the kind gift, the thoughtful gift. You know what else is thoughtful, y'all? The work that Antisyphon training does. Antisyphon training is an absolute banger of a company. You guys know it. John Strand's always delivering pay what you can training. Zach Hill from IT Career Questions is helming the ship over there. Let's get 30 seconds with Antisyphon when I come back. All right, Whiskey coming in with the super chat, rocking the GRC Master Class. My man, thank you so much. Enjoy that class. I loved putting it together, and I love seeing all the impact from that class on the greater community. Let's do 30 seconds with Antisyphon. Be right back. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education, regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up. All right. Thank you, Antisyphon. I also want to tell you guys really quick before we go about hunterstrong.com. Now, you may know Barricade Cyber, longtime sponsor of the show, excellent digital forensics incident response company, but they have a special message this holiday season. I know things are tight for a lot of people, so no pressure at all from anyone here in this ask. But as we get closer to Christmas, we can't help but think about all the kids at MUSC's pediatric cardio intensive care unit floor, the PCICU floor. This was Hunter's second home, and the staff are simply amazing. For those who don't know, Hunter Taylor is Eric Taylor's son, who lost his battle after having a heart transplant last year. It was devastating. Eric is asking if you would consider donating at least $5 to help make things a little brighter for the staff and for the families at the MUSC Pediatric Cardio Intensive Care Unit during this Christmas time. They can't go home and just, do Christmas and then come back. They're there. P.S. Barricade Cyber will actually match every dollar up to $20,000 donated. Go to hunterstrong.com for details on how you can get involved. hunterstrong.com. Thank you, Eric Taylor, and really great effort and initiative to honor Hunter. Now, guys, I want you to know every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, including episode 776 that we're in right now, is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot, right? Say hello to Kimberly Can Fix It. She's always in chat, bringing smiles and making people happy. Right? See how Space Tacos just dropped all those blue hearts? Grab a screenshot of that, Space Tacos, file it away, and once a year, count the number of screenshots, divide by 2, or multiply it by 0.5. Your choice. The math comes out the same. DP, KP, in the house. What's up? All right, guys. If today is your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat. We love welcoming our first timers. Some of you finding the channel because of advent of cyber. Some of you finding the channel because we are the 2024 SANS Difference Maker Award podcast of the year. That's where you've stumbled into, my friend. That's right. Getting all sorts of accolades for all the work that we're doing here every single day. So drop a hashtag first timer if it is your first time in chat or first time with us. And hey, if you're regularly a lurker and not a big commenter, maybe this holiday season you drop a hashtag first timer in chat. We got a special sound effect, which I will show you right now because our friend over on LinkedIn, Abby W. Hey, Abby, good morning. Welcome to the party, pal. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, remember, it is Thursday, which means it's What's Your Meme Thursday. Dan Reardon cooks up a special custom meme every Thursday for the community. Today's no different. It's a great one. I love it. It's funny. You guys will really enjoy it. I promise you. And remember, we have a very special jaw jacking today where we will be going over to the Cybersecurity Cares Holiday Streamathon Spectacular. We will be doing jaw jacking from there, okay? So we can, if you do !care in chat, you will get the link to it. So special edition, all you first timers, normally we do an hour show of the news, and then we go over to jaw jacking, and you don't have to go anywhere, but today we will have to go somewhere. And let's say hello to all these wonderful first-timers, Jeepers, Creepers, 45 Deity in the house. We've also got TJ Prince in the house. Welcome to the party, pal. Shane Prevost is an old-timer. Welcome to the party. Joe Cool, 641. Haven't seen Joe Cool or thought about camel butts in a while. Welcome to the party, pal. Very cool. We got so many first-timers in chat. Hey, you first-timers, don't be shy. Say hello. I promise you, you will be happy with the Simply Cyber community. We that special sound effect, that special emote, that's what it's all about, y'all. All right, now do me a favor, guys. We got work to do, so sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. Hey, Chris Rice. Welcome to the party,
pal. From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines
for
Thursday, December 19th, 2020.
I feel like it's been a minute since I saw Kayla Sturgeon's name in chat. What's up, Kayla?
Before, I'm Rich Straffolino.
Hey, M. Siraji.
Interpol kills off pig butchering. In recent years, the proliferation of online relationship and investment scams have made pig butchering a fairly common thing to hear on the show. Derives from the idea that threat actors are metaphorically attempting to fatten up a potential victim for a more significant return on their thievery. Now, Interpol is calling on the cybersecurity community, media, and law enforcement to retire the term in favor of the more descriptive romance baiting. Europol said referring to the practice as pig butchering dehumanizes and shames victims, and that romance baiting highlights the emotional manipulation in these schemes, with more emphasis put on the threat actors' tactics. This comes as part of a broader effort by Interpol to encourage victims of these frauds to come forward to authorities.
All right, hold on. First of all,
regulators, mount up.
All right, so pig butchering we're well aware of pig butchering. Dude, you could see here in 2022, it was a $3 billion fraud. In 2023, as if to be Matthew McConaughey telling Leonardo DiCaprio those are rookie numbers, went for a solid 30% increase to $4.57 billion in 2023. And by the way, this is the FBI's IC3 report. So this is just numbers on reported crime. You've got to remember, a lot of crime doesn't get reported to the FBI, unfortunately, because, for various reasons, right? So I want to understand how Interpol, and of course, so here's the deal. Pig butchering, let's just break this down for everybody really quick. Pig butchering is a fraud scam where basically, if you've ever gotten a text message, which I know many of you have, if you've ever gotten a text message that says like, hey, did I leave my golf clubs in your car? Or are we still on for the holiday party? Or can you pick me up at the airport? Like whatever. Just some benign, seemingly innocent text message to a wrong number. And that's how it starts. And then normally, for me, I just report junk, right? Report junk, delete, report junk. Like the ban hammer, just like, well, if you respond to that, like, hey, wrong number, the person on the other end, who also, by the way, is probably in modern slavery, right? The pig butchers are actually not, they're victims themselves, but that's a side point. So they'll say, oh, hey, sorry, wrong number. Like for the golf clubs one, like, oh, sorry, like wrong number. Oh, no problem. I'm sorry I bothered you. I did leave my golf clubs in my friend's car. Do you play golf? Right? Or I can't believe, I'll probably never see those clubs again because me and my friend got in this really big fight. Okay, what fight? Now they've got you lured in and they begin to form a relationship and then they'll tell you about some kind of like get rich quick scam. But here's where it gets interesting. They will actually get you to invest a little bit, like say $100, right? And then you'll make like 10 times that. So they'll be like, here's $1,000. And you'll be like, holy crap, like this is legit. I made $1,000. And this is where the pig butchering happens. They fatten you up and then they destroy you because then they're like, well, if you had invested $10,000, you would have made $100,000. You fool. And then you're like, oh, here, take my money. Here's $100,000. I want $1 million. And then they disappear. That's just your straight garden variety, Lowe's bargain bin pig butchering. It can get even more deplorable with romance scams where they begin to entwine hey, Jenny Housley, where they begin to entwine romance elements, usually targeting lonely elders, right? So elderly woman, husband died or wife died, spouse died, whatever. Polygamist, maybe all your spouses died, right? Let's be inclusive here. And the children aren't coming around anymore because they got their own family and you're just lonely. And all of a sudden, somebody online takes an interest in you and boom, they got you hooked. And then they start asking you for straight cash, homie, okay?
Straight cash, homie.
So it's a disgusting fraud. It's a disgusting crime. And unfortunately, it works. And threat actors continue to do it almost to the point where there's entire villages in Ghana, I think. And this is no disrespect or I'm not speaking in like completely all of Ghana because we do have Ghana citizens in chat like Fred on. But in Ghana, ABC News did a special a couple years ago about how some villages in Ghana, like that's their business, right? So the village elders will teach the village youth how to do romance scams. And like, basically it's like a full industry. So I want to see like, what is Interpol doing about this? Shaming the victim rather than the fraudster may deter victims from probably coming forward. Yep. So I don't get it. Like, I hate to be such a wet blanket. I don't research these in advance, but like this to me sounds like this is a nothing burger story. I love Interpol. But this is a nothing story. Interpol is just arguing that they want to change the name from pig butchering to romance baiting. That's it. Interpol is asking for a redefinition of a term, and their argument is that if you fall victim to pig butchering, you're going to be embarrassed because you don't want to tell your friends that you got pig butchered, but you would somehow feel better telling them that you got romance baited, I guess. I don't know. The argument here is that more victims aren't coming forward because of shame. I don't think it's the name, my friend. I don't think someone's not coming forward because of the name. I think they're kind of coming forward because they feel like an idiot for giving some jerk their money. Okay? I don't think it's a name thing. So, spicy hot take. Spicy! Like, whatever. I'm not a psychologist, but if anyone in chat has did a semester of psychology 101 or whatever and has thoughts about this working or not, to me, this doesn't curb this doesn't curb the crime. This doesn't curb the crime at all. This just makes the reporting of victims more widespread. So we can find out instead of $4.57 billion in 2023, it's $7 billion in 2024. Like I hate. Sometimes I hate me because like, how about we get in front of this and like move to left of boom? This right here is so right of boom. It's gross. This is basically reporting. All right, whatever.
Supreme Court to hear TikTok ban challenge. The long road to a TikTok ban in the U.S. might be approaching a final stop. As a refresher, Congress passed a law in April that would require ByteDance to divest TikTok or see the app cut off from app stores and web hosting services in the U.S. That law is set to go into effect on January 19th. On December 6th, a D.C. Circuit Appeals Court ruled that the government's concerns over the Chinese government's ability to potentially gather data and manipulate content that were seen by Americans were well-founded and represented a compelling national security interest. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear TikTok's challenge to that ruling on January 10th. The outgoing Biden administration will present the government's case.
All right, so the ban goes into effect January 11th, and the Supreme Court's hearing it January 10th. I mean, I'm not saying, yeah, thanks, Phil Stafford. I'm not saying that, like, what? We are not the quickest country, okay? Like, we don't move with the speed of a small business or a tech startup. We're the U.S. federal government, right? We move at glacial speed. So the Supreme Court's going to hear it the day before. It will be under the Trump administration. For all you first timers, this is not a political show. We do not get into the muck of politics, but obviously because cybersecurity is so mainstream and so important to national security and other things, we do like basically ricochet like a flat rock off a still pond on politics and stuff like that. Honestly, it's the Supreme Court, so Trump administration or not, it's not going to really make that much of a difference. If you want to point out that the Trump or the Supreme Court justices there's more Republican or more conservative leaning than liberal leaning, you can do that, whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. If you have a thought in chat about the TikTok ban, let me know. I don't really do TikTok. I'm actually terrible at TikTok. I have a TikTok account and I have automations that push content to TikTok, but I don't do TikTok. I'm not like doing like the TikTok dance challenges or whatever I just did, right? Like there it is. Okay, let's go.
U.S. weighs TP-Link ban. In other banning things from China news, the Wall Street Journal sources say that investigators at the U.S. Commerce, Defense, and Justice Departments have each opened separate investigations into the router maker TP-Link. The Defense Department is reportedly investigating national security vulnerabilities in routers from China, and the Justice Department will look at if TP-Link price discrepancies violate antitrust laws for selling below cost. TP-Link accounts for roughly 65% of the U.S. home router market. Back in October, Microsoft reported multiple Chinese threat actors were using a botnet made up almost entirely of TP-Link routers called Covert Network 1658 to compromise Azure accounts.
All right. So, all right. U.S. just swinging the ban hammer around like you're Thor in the final scene of Infinity War, just like, woo! We're taking down all the Chinese things. TikTok, you banned. TP-Link, you banned. Right? Kaspersky gets hit with the same hammer. So, anyways, we're evaluating banning TP-Link routers. Now, I will tell you this. In the story, it said 65% of homes, I guess, in the United States run TP-Link. I did not realize it was that pervasive. But, I mean, what are you going to do? It's the cheapest one on the menu at Amazon. People typically type in router, sort by price, buy it now, right? I mean, why not? Like a router to my Aunt Dorothea. Actually, she doesn't even know what a router is. To anyone in chat who's ever bought a router, if we would be like, oh, what's the bandwidth? How many ports does it have? Blah, 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 blah. Right? But for everybody else, they're like, does it route packets? Do I plug in the internet one and then pop in my computer? Does it have wireless? Right? These are the questions people ask. And guess what? The Nighthawk one that has 9 antennas, if that one's $200 and the TP-Link one's $45, guess what? Everybody's going to buy except that one person who's like, oh, more antennas must mean more speed. Got to have it, right? Got to catch them all. That's what's up. So, of course, TP-Link, which according to this story is being sold for less than what it costs to make. That's what's up. Now, they do say that they're using the argument that TP-Links are used in botnets, right? But I hate to say that seems like a convenient explanation. To me, it sounds more like China, they're infecting everything. We got to get out of there. There's this very abrasive, very janky decoupling of the global supply chain and the dependency on China, and even the United States withholding semiconductor technology and working with its nation state partners like Germany and Japan and the Netherlands, in Taiwan, from exporting semiconductor technology to China. This has been going on for a couple years now. And this just feels like another brick in the wall, frankly. Now, if you want to say TP-Links are basically bots that come out of the box and also pass packets, fine. Here's the thing. Everybody, me, you, Agent Coulson, CJ, Brian White, we can all dump the firmware on TP-Link routers. We can reverse them. We can look at it. We can see if there's backdoors. We can see if there's persistent mechanisms. DJ Bisek, Marcus Kyler, Fred on from Ghana, Kyle. We can all stick a TP-Link with a span port coming off of it, or stick some type of sniffing device in between on our home network and capture all the packets. You can't hide from us. We will see the traffic. It doesn't have an out-of-band network transmission path on these TP-Links. So if there was some type of ubiquitous, pervasive, backdoor, super secret hardware, rootkit on it, we would see it. It would be the lead story. And instead, they're just no. So anyways, we'll see. This just seems like more of the same of if the simplest if-then statement. If produced in China, if from China, then trash can, else buy it now, right? Very simple, but you get it. All right.
Yokai backdoor hits Thai officials.
I don't know why, but the TP-Link, put it down, flip it, and reverse it.
Researchers at Netscope documented a campaign using link files disguised as documents with juicy names like urgently, United States authorities ask for international cooperation in criminal matters, .doc. The file names indicate a focus on Thai law enforcement agencies. Opening the files triggers a process using a legitimate Windows command line tool to write an alternate data stream to ultimately pull a dropper that would install the ITOP data recovery tool. This would be used as a gateway for a full backdoor. Once on the system, Yokai attempts to contact the C2 server and can run ordinary shell commands. The researchers note the communications with the C2 server are highly structured, indicating some sophistication. However, Yokai appears to have a replication bug that quickly makes systems unstable and making it easy to spot.
All right. Okay, so two things here. One, like, everybody do me a favor. Like, right now, buckle up. We're about to fire up the DeLorean and go way back in time. We're going in the Wayback Machine in a hot minute. Believe me, okay? But let's talk about this for a second. Threat actors spin up essentially a backdoor, like a reverse shell, basically. Like, they target the Thai police. Okay, no big deal. Obviously, somebody somewhere has something that they don't want the Thai police to know about. Okay?
Mount up.
They don't know who the threat actors are. It doesn't matter. It's law enforcement, right? They're doing their job, and hackers, for whatever reason, they're either been hired by outstanding people. Excuse me, outstanding people. They've either been hired by people who are interested in whatever the Thai police are doing, or they are the people that the Thai police are interested in. They are sending phishing emails, initial attack vector. This is why email security gateways are absolutely critical, and why like M365 is so useful, because it comes with Exchange Online protection. You don't need to have a hardware appliance like a Proofpoint or something in line. You can, excuse me, you can take advantage of it as a small business. So really what I'm trying to say is there's no reason that businesses, whether it's the Thai law enforcement or it's, Space Taco's business or it's whatever, everybody can get email security gateways. Okay, we've democratized it. Next thing, they send an email out with juicy names. Ooh, it's juicy. Do you remember when they were selling ladies' sweatpants with the juicy on the butt? I never really fully understood that, but very similar here. Juicy subject lines, including United States Department of Justice .pdf. Urgent. United States authorities ask for international cooperation in criminal matters. .docx. Okay, so they're basically dropping these files. Again, dude, if you get an email from like Tony Robbins at goofball.pl and it says urgent United States authorities ask, like, why are you opening that email? Seriously. Also, all you first timers who are in chat, let me introduce you to Carl. Okay, if you work in cybersecurity, you know exactly who Carl is. But if you don't, let me break it down to you. We love our end users. We're here to protect our end users. We don't blame our end users even when they do silly stuff. But just so we can have a common name, we use Carl, and this is what he looks like on stream right there. That's Carl. That's our token end user who does dumb stuff. Clicking on this email and opening this document is dumb stuff, okay? And then basically once it runs, I guess it's some type of LNK file. It runs a shell. It probably pops up a terminal shell, which again, you would be like, what is going on here?
You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
Now it basically, so be on the lookout for that. Those attachments, educate your end users. And it uses Windows command line tool, which is a technique called living off the land, right? If you use utilities that come native to Windows operating system, it's referred to as living off the land. And obviously EDR solutions, endpoint detection response, anti-malware solutions, they will not fire off on Windows utilities because they're known utilities. They are signed by Microsoft. They're good to go. Just for like a fun little like utility, LOL, I'll drop a link in here, lolbass.project.github.io. This is living off the land, binary scripts and libraries. Like literally, there's entire websites that show you exactly, look at, add in util.exe. You can use this to execute your malware. Appinstaller.exe. You want to pull your malware from some C2 server? There you go. ASP.NET compiler. You want to pass... I don't know what AWL is, so I don't know what that is. AT.exe. Now, this one doesn't work anymore, but this used to be the gem. This was like a 90s hacker, early 2000s hacker's best friend. This is automating tasks like a task scheduler. dude, this thing would execute with like system privileges. You could schedule persistence mechanisms all day. All right. So that's lol-bass-project.github.io. Anyways, the point is you can live off the land like a farmer in, the Middle Ages. Just live off the land. Now let's take you in the Wayback Machine before we go to the mid-roll. All right, Steve McMichael says you can configure an EDR to not allow Carl to run PowerShell. That is true. You definitely should. You should definitely control who has PowerShell. Now let's get in the Wayback Machine. Guys, when we talk about steganography, which is hiding data in pictures, that's a fun old school one. But I haven't seen ADS in a minute. Alternate data streams. Guys, if you've spent a minute in tech, at some point, when you're still like wet behind the ears and green or whatever you want to say, you're in the spring of your journey. Alternate data streams. I haven't thought about this in a minute. It's basically where you can write data to a file, but it doesn't show up when you dump the file, right? So you could have a notepad with like this is a public message, and then you could use alternate data streams to also write to the file, but then it says, this is my hidden message. Very cool. I've never actually ever seen it in practice used by anyone other than, in labs or academically or whatever. So it is fun. It does take me back to when I was not gray, when I was a young whippersnapper. Alternate data streams takes me back to, when I used to get up at 10 p.m. to go out for the night. Woo! That was back in the day. Now you're not going to get up at 10. Are you joking me?
Now, thanks to today's episode sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker helps you take a proactive, default deny approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action, allowed or blocked, for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation are fully supported by their US-based support team. To learn more about how ThreatLocker can help keep your organization running efficiently and protected from ransomware, visit threatlocker.com. That's ThreatLocker.com.
All right. Hey, all you first timers, guess what? We do this every single day. By the way, if you didn't know, first timers, this is a daily show. This is episode 776. So we've been here for a minute. Hit that like button if you can on YouTube. It goes a long way, but we do this every day. This song will burn into your memory. You're going to overhear it when you're walking through Kohl's or Target or something. You're going to be like, man, the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Love it. All right, y'all. Holla, holla, holla. We're halfway through the show. Remember, at the end of the show, we're going to be bouncing over to Cybersecurity Cares Holiday Streamathon Spectacular for jaw jacking. CJ with 17 months. Thank you, CJ. Always nice to have you. Also, go check CJ's LinkedIn profile photo out. The guy's looking sharper than a Thanksgiving turkey knife. Guys, shout out to the stream sponsors, Barricade, Antisyphon. Delete Me is taking a break for the rest of the year. We'll pick them back up in January. Same with Flare. Same with ThreatLocker. Actually, ThreatLocker will be here next week. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Thank you all. It is an absolute delight and a pleasure to be able to bring this show to you every single day. I really appreciate that people see the value in what we're doing here. Holler at the mod team. Jenny Housley, Kimberly can fix it. In chat right now, obviously DJ Bisek, Justin Golo, Chris Whitlock, Eric Taylor, the whole crew, right? Casually Joseph. All right, guys. Every single day of the week, every single day, you first timers, we have a special segment. Mondays is Community Member of the Week, where we feature one community member and award them a $100 Amazon gift card. Tuesdays is Tidbits Tuesday, where I share a little bit about myself, like I hate sour cream. Ugh. Wednesdays, we go around the world. Fridays is Joke of the Week, but Thursdays is in fact What's Your Meme Thursday. Haircut Fish, who's a community member, makes a custom meme every Thursday for us. And today's no different. I don't even get to see it beforehand. Here we go. This is your meme of the week. This looks like it's from The Mask. You can see that's my face superimposed there. You love me. You really love me. This is great. Thank you so very much, Haircut Fish. For those who don't know, this is in reference to the SANS Difference Maker Award. We were awarded the Podcast of the Year this past Sunday, and that's what that is. So I do have an acceptance speech. I posted it on YouTube. I do not say you love me. You really love me. But I do appreciate it. This is that award. By the way, people asked. It says Difference Maker Award, Podcast, Live Stream, or Video Series of the Year. People's Choice. People's Choice. So the people spoke, all you spoke, and we won. Holla, holla, holla. All right, let's keep going. We got to pivot quick because we got to go to the Cybersecurity Care stream. Bonnie Charles, first timer. Welcome to the party, Bonnie. Also want to say shout out to Chris Whitlock, who just gifted 10 subs. Chris Whitlock, thank you so much for the gifted subs.
We just become best friends. Yep.
If you're one of the recipients of the gifted subs, go to the squad emote tray and dig in there. You're going to enjoy it. Say it like The Mask. All right, Oscar Naves. Oscar Naves. Okay, hold on. You love me. You really love me. There we go. There's my best Jim Carrey mask impression. All about good times. All right, let's get our la la la's on and then get back into the news. We're going to speed run the back half of this, okay? Alpha Sierra always leads us off with the la 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 la's. I hope she's here. All right, thank you. And Fleet is posting with 10 gifted subs. If you're one of the 10 people who picked up those subs, make sure to give Fleetus a thank you. Also, go check Fleetus's YouTube channel out. The guy's helping people, very akin to the Simply Cyber community ethos. Let's finish our work and finish strong. Let's go. Wait, hold on. I got it.
Russia designates first undesirable cybersecurity firm. Russia's Prosecutor General's office issued a press release putting the undesirable designation on the threat intelligence firm Recorded Future. Russia typically uses this designation for NGOs, effectively banning the company from operating. The press release accused Recorded Future of technical support and information for misinformation campaigns targeting Russia, as well as providing data to Ukraine to assist with military and cyber operations. Recorded Future CEO Christopher Alberg didn't seem too broken up about it, saying, "Some things in life are rare compliments, this being one."
All right, Recorded Future. Congratulations. Let's see. This is like Russia talking about Recorded Future. Ew, so gross. This is Russia, real-time look at Russia looking at Recorded Future. Ew, so gross. So, dude, Recorded Future is basically a threat intelligence company. I actually know a couple people who work at Recorded Future. The two guys I know both have PhDs from Dakota State University. They are very, very good at what they do. Recorded Future is no joke. I want to remind everybody, I think MasterCard bought Recorded Future, which is super weird. But I think MasterCard bought Recorded Future this year for like a really big amount of money. So everybody's getting in the game, unless you're BlackBerry, and then you're getting out of the game. Am I right? Okay. So, anyways, Russia basically calling, Recorded Future undesirable. You're not allowed to talk about them. You're not allowed to do business with them, right? No comrades doing anything Recorded Future. The CEO of Recorded Future is like, whatever, dude, like double middle finger to the sky. Like, Recorded Future is probably going to leverage this for a marketing opportunity to be like, look at us. We're so good at threat intel on Russia that they deemed us undesirable. Holler, right? So way to go, Recorded Future.
Cisco data leaked. In October, the threat actor Intel Broker claimed to have obtained data from Cisco in a breach, including source code and encryption keys. A company investigation found this data was obtained from a public-facing DevHub environment. This ordinarily hosts source code and other materials meant for public consumption, but Cisco said a configuration error caused some private data to be inadvertently published. This week, Intel Broker published 2.9 gigabytes of data obtained from DevHub, claiming they obtained a total of 4.5 terabytes. Since its initial incident report on the leaked data, Cisco removed a statement saying it found no evidence that personal information or financial data was compromised.
Thank you. All right, so dude, all right, we're not going to spend too much time on this, right? So Cisco got hacked. Intel Broker's no joke. This hacker is super legit. Oh my God. All right, really quickly, DJ BSEC just dropped a really funny joke in chat. 4.5 terabytes of data stolen. When's the data loss prevention tool going to alert? We always dunk on DLP. To me, DLP is one of those DLP is data loss prevention. It's basically a control that recognizes sensitive data going out of your environment and stops it from going. In theory, in a classroom, in a perfectly tuned lab, DLP is the bee's knees. You are loving yourself some DLP. In reality, where all of us actually work, DLP is hot trash. I have never, ever seen DLP work correctly or effectively, okay? And I know that there are instances where it does work, but I've never seen it, okay? Anyways, so he's dunking on DLP. Intel Broker is a very legit threat actor. Dude, Intel Broker's a legit threat actor. They got your data. They have source code, certs, creds, confidential documents, encryption keys, basically everything you would want. This is essentially like a high-end, really nice catered Thanksgiving dinner, okay? They've got like it's like Harry and David came down and seasoned this guy's loot. Like literally, getting one of these things would be awesome. If you're a threat actor, I'm not promoting threat actor behavior in here, okay? I'm just saying, if you're a threat actor, getting source code, that's a win. Getting certs or creds, that's a win. This guy got it all. Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
Right? So anyways, this is an old story, but I guess the new update is that Intel Broker released 2.9 gigabytes of data, basically like a little taster, right? A little amuse-bouche, if you will. But dude, they stole 4.5 terabytes. 2.9 gigabyte, that's like 2.9 gigabyte, that's like running away with like an armload of 4.5 terabytes of data, and like 2.9 gigabytes falls out of your arm, and you don't even stop to pick it up. You're like, ain't nobody got time for that. And you're just continuing to run away like Skeletor running into that cave going, right? Like you're literally holding 4.5 terabytes of data. 2.9s, you don't stop for that, okay? This puts a little bit more pressure on, thank you. This puts a little bit more pressure on on Cisco. There we go. This is a real-time look at Intel Broker running away with 4.5 terabytes of data and dropping 2.9 terabytes, okay? Here's what I would say. The one thing that I want to point out, and if you know me for a minute, you first-timers wouldn't know this, but if you knew me for a minute, you know that I always I always complain about this. There'll be a data breach, and then like 5 minutes later after the data breach, the company comes out and says, the data has not been used for any malicious purposes. People's data, victims of this data breach, we haven't seen any financial impact. We haven't seen any social engineering. Basically, hey, everybody's data got stolen, but don't worry, nothing bad's happening with it. And it always makes me super mad. It always makes me super mad because, like, yes, of course, there hasn't been anything bad detected. First of all, what level of due diligence did you do to confirm that information that you're spitting? And secondly, dude, threat actors need to package the data, sell it to other threat actors. If you do weaponize it, like, you're not going to, like, rip off somebody in Topeka, Kansas, and then go online and be like, woo, I made $3,000 off some retiree in Topeka winning. No, you're going to just keep being a criminal and do threat actor stuff. So it always bothers me when companies are like, the data hasn't been weaponized yet. It's like, Stop. How about you, so Cisco had to come out and say, actually, we are going to retract that part of our statement.
HubPhish used for credential theft. Researchers at Palo Alto Network Unit 42 discovered a campaign dubbed HubPhish, which targeted European companies in the automotive, chemical, and industrial compound manufacturing sectors to harvest credentials and access Azure infrastructure. This used spoofed DocuSign lures to redirect users to forms in the HubSpot form builder service. This then took victims to a faked Office 365 Outlook app to obtain login credentials, most commonly hosted on the .buzz top-level domain. Once access was obtained, the threat actors create a new device in Azure to gain persistence.
All right. I mean, this is basically if you went to Threat Actor Academy, right? Your freshman year at Threat Actor Academy, this is what they would teach you, okay? Okay. I'm trying to see one thing here. Okay. So here's the deal. You receive an email. Dude, seriously, this is a freshman year capstone project. Victim, Carl, gets an email, okay, that says, here, you got something you got to sign a DocuSign. They go to DocuSign, which then sends them to some HubSpot form, which right now you should absolutely, alarm bells should be going off. Then you get directed to an Outlook web app fake landing page. Again, for crying out loud, you were sent an email about DocuSign, and somehow you're being redirected to Outlook web app interface landing page. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then you basically put your creds into Outlook web app, and boom, you're pwned. Now, a couple things here. Does this story say anything about multi-factor? Oh my God, what is this? I don't. All right, so the story doesn't say anything about multi-factor or MFA, but hey, spoiler alert, if you have multi-factor authentication enabled in your environment, this doesn't work. Hello, you get my creds, but you can't log into my account, you donkey. So first of all, please enable multi-factor authentication in your environment. Second item of topic, the threat actors, once they get your creds and log in, they basically create a new device. Now, it's not immediately clear to me how they do that with regular permissions, but basically it sounds like they either configure a laptop or a mobile phone or something to be able to access back into the environment and essentially establishing a persistence mechanism. They don't want you to have to fall for a fish every time. They want to be able to come and go as they please, and that's what they're doing. So from a defender perspective, you should absolutely, look for new devices being created in your environment that would be unusual. Second of all, I don't know if this is possible. So I would, they're stealing session tokens. Okay, well, whatever then. Multi-factor is not going to help you there, but are they stealing sessions? Doesn't say session tokens. It says credentials. But anyways, whatever. This is Unit 42, which is Palo Alto's threat intelligence group. They are very good. I like that. So go check out Unit 42 blogs. And basically they're targeting European hosts, but guess what? It doesn't matter. Like, they could target North America, Canada could get hit, Australia, even China, right? It doesn't matter. The friggin' attack vector is the same. Get an email, get directed all over the place to a landing page that's fake and threat actor controlled, and boom, they own you. All right. If it's possible, if it's possible, and BSEC, answer this question for me. If it's possible, have your end users look at their devices that are currently configured and see if they don't recognize any of them. Because here's the thing. If you have 1,000 employees, you don't know if Roswell UK got a new mobile phone or something. You don't know if Chris Frazier got a new laptop and you're allowing BYOD in your environment. But the end users, they will know if something's unusual or not. So worth checking out. Also, there's possibility that you can see the location of where the person's logging in from. Obviously, if they're coming from like Cambodia, Vietnam, like somewhere unusual, that's an indicator of compromise as well.
Bluesky sees authentication shakedowns. One of the standout features of decentralized social networks is the ability to self-authenticate rather than go through a platform's moderation team to verify identity. Bluesky and Mastodon do this by putting specific tokens on a domain under a user's control. However, Ernie Smith at Tedium reports seeing people trying to game the system for impersonation or to shake down money. This was highlighted when Bloomberg columnist Connor Sen posted that someone purchased his titular domain and attempted to sell it back for tens of thousands of dollars. This was complicated when an account verified to Sam Parr, founder of the media outlet The Hustle, suggested this wasn't extortion and that he should just pay. It was then discovered that this account was also fake and that someone had registered several verified accounts to prominent posters with backgrounds in business and investing, which were all used to confuse who were legitimate accounts. Domain squatting isn't new, but using it as a backbone for verification is proving a little problematic. Remember to...
Whoa. So this is interesting. What is that noise? Oh, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me do this. All right. Really quick, domain squatting. This has been a thing, right? So back in the day, there was like a famous example where like you registered Cisco.com. Somebody registered Cisco.com and then tried to sell it to Cisco. My understanding is Cisco sued the crap out of that person, but it was the early days of the internet, right? We were crazy. We were, this isn't Galaxy Gas days, you Gen Z people or Gen Alpha, whatever you guys are doing with the stupid nitrous oxide. This was good days where we didn't wear seatbelts and people put their kids in the back seat, facing away from traffic. So anyways, typo squatting's a thing, right? It's not even typo squatting, by the way. I'm sorry. It's domain squatting, registering a domain and then say, like, if someone were to register simplycyber.com and then pretend to be Simply Cyber, that would be a perfect example, and it's gross. What's going on here is Bluesky, which if you don't know, Bluesky, if I had to put it in terms, it's a very competitive Twitter alternative. And again, we're not political here, but it's kind of shaking out that Twitter is a little bit more conservative, right-leaning. Bluesky is a little bit more liberal, left-leaning. Choose your own adventure. That's not how they market it, but that's kind of how it seems to be shaking out. But they're using domain names to verify identities. And basically, if somebody went to simplycyber.com, registered it, which I don't own, and then registered a Bluesky account, they could pretend to be Gerald Auger, award-winning podcaster, LOL, and, basically take it over. So, basically, Bluesky's got to get this sorted out. If Bluesky wants to continue to basically get market share and not take over, but like eclipse Twitter, they need to get this sorted out. Be mindful of this, y'all. And also for developers in here, be mindful of using this as a verification mechanism for your own environments. Okay. There's a flaw, obviously. All right, let's do this really quickly. All right, guys. It's been absolutely solid. Love it, love it, love it, guys. If you got value from the show, thank you very much. Hit the like button on your way out. What I would hope you guys do every single day, listen, first timers and Team SC squad members, every single day from 8 to 9 a.m., we do the daily cyber threat brief, load you up with all the knowledge you need to kick butt that day. And at 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, we do a segment called Jawjacking. Jawjacking is basically a wild card, ask me anything. It's usually me, but we do have guest AMA people like DJ Bisek, Eric Taylor, James McQuiggan, Fleetus Poston, Justin Gold, Casually Joseph, Kimberly Can Fix It, Jenny Housley. Guys, Chris Whitlock, like everybody is invited. We are here to help you. Now, today is a special version of that. So this only happens once a year. We are actually going to go over to Cybersecurity Cares. So we're going to end this stream. And ask you to come over to Cybersecurity Cares and rate it with me. There's a link posted in chat. I'm going to drop it right now. ! Care in chat. Come over. Let's rate it. Rate it. Drop a hashtag SCRate if you would. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Guys, it's been a friggin' awesome day. This is 776 episodes. December 19th of your award-winning podcast. Thank you, Haircut Fish, for the great meme. Until a few minutes from now, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Let's go.